Hey, you. Come here. Yeah, shh. Closer. Come here. I need to talk to you about FBI. That's foodborne illness that could be lurking in this kitchen. I was sent here by the ADA, the American Dietetic Association. They were looking for a registered dietitian, RD. That's me, Detective Deb, RD, here to talk to you about FBI, or foodborne illness, and the best ways to reduce the risk of it in your kitchen. The CDC, the Center for Disease Control, has noted the top 5 most wanted pathogens are bugs that can get in your food. Per my notes here, the first is norovirus, the second is salmonella, the third is Clostridium perfringens, then we have Campylobacter and Staphylococcus aureus. That's a mouthful of pathogens that lurk in our food. We have to be very careful. We know how to handle our foods properly to reduce the risk of FBI, or foodborne illness, from our food. My notebook here, the first word of the day is wash. We want to make sure that all our work surfaces in the kitchen are all cleaned with warm soapy water before we even begin cooking anything. We also want to wash our own hands. Running warm water, soap. Going to wash the palms, the backs, up over your wrists, in between your fingers. You even want to use a nail brush to make sure you get everything out of your fingernails. Rinse well and wash all those pathogens and bacteria down the drain. And make sure you dry your hands with a clean dishcloth or use paper towels. Also, make sure your dish rags that you use for washing the counters are clean too. So that's how we keep our kitchen clean and ready for cooking. The next word that's important is separate. We want to keep raw foods that need to be cooked separate from fresh or ready-to-eat foods. Here I have some Italian sausage and eggs on a separate cutting board from my fresh vegetables that are going to be used in a salad. The juices from raw products, when working with them, will remain on the cutting board, and you wouldn't want to take that pepper and put it on the cutting board where you're just working with eggs and sausage, because it would cross-contaminate, and the juices that could have bacteria in them will get into your ready-to-eat foods. All foods to be concerned with are meat, poultry, eggs, fish, and seafood as your raw products. So we want to keep those separate. And even after you cook the sausage, you don't want to return it to the cutting board where it was raw, because again, it would contaminate it. The next word is cook. Our sausage is over here in a pan on the stove, getting nice and browned. And we want to make sure that the temperature is ready to eat. The only way you can tell if foods are ready to eat is by using a food thermometer. This is a food thermometer that happens to be digital. Food thermometers are available in most grocery stores and in the big discount stores. You simply remove your thermometer, make sure it's clean, insert it into your food product. I'm looking for 165 or higher. I'm watching the temperature rise. And sure enough, our sausage is 165 and ready to eat. So to assure food is at the right temperature when you cook it, you need to use a food thermometer. Pinching it, smelling it, cooking it until it's bubbly does not assure that it's at the right temperature. Only a food thermometer can guarantee that. Our last word is refrigerate. Obviously, we want to eat our hot foods hot, and we want to keep our cold foods cold. And the equipment that you use to do that in your kitchen is a refrigerator or freezer. And you want to make sure you have a food thermometer. Here's the one I just removed from my freezer, and the freezer's well below 0 degrees. The food thermometer in my refrigerator is going to show 40 degrees or less to make sure that our cold foods are cold. Keeping cold foods cold is just as important as cooking foods to the right temperature. At this time of year, we go to picnics, graduation parties, and other holiday events in the summer that we bring cold dishes with us. In traveling, they need to be kept in coolers with ice to keep them at 40 degrees or below. And when they're put out on the buffet table, depending on the temperature, about 2 hours for that food to remain safe. If it's over 90 degrees, that time is cut in half to 1 hour. Most of us have cell phones, so when you place that food on the buffet table out of the temperature danger zone, be sure to set your cell phone for either the 2-hour time limit or the 1-hour time limit based on the temperature out, and then dispose of the product after that so that no one gets sick from it. For the day, we're wash, separate, cook, and refrigerate. And in all seriousness, my name's Debbie Beauvais. I'm a registered dietitian and spokesperson for the American Dietetic Association, and I hope you've taken something away about home food safety today. If you'd like further information, in my trusty detective notepad, I have our 2 websites, www.homefoodsafety.org, and the American Dietetic Association website is eatright.org. Home Food Safety is a collaboration between ConAgra Foods and also the American Dietetic Association. Eat well and be safe. Thank you.